Hello Earthlings. This video I decided to make a little Ouija board to try and get in the spirit of Halloween and the spooky October vibes. I really like the idea of making a Ouija board because I'm a really big fan of doing typography and calligraphy and whatever you call it, that kind of thing, so I thought I'd give it a go. I've also been doing a Drawloween Inktober challenge each day using the Mabs Drawloween Club prompts, which are really cute. I did make an attempt at it last year, but I don't think I made it past about day 16 or 17, so I'm at least going to try and beat that this time around. And I'm really hopeful that I'll actually make the 31 days, because it's actually a really fun challenge that I like doing. But I am going away to Amsterdam right in the middle though, so we will see. If you would like to see my Drawloween art, I'm posting it on my Instagram and Tumblr each day when I've finished it, so you can have a look over there. Or I'm planning to make a video on here at some point showing what I've been making, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that in parts or if I'm just going to do one long video at the end of the month, but if you're interested then you could keep an eye out for that if you wanted to. Anyway, the Ouija board, the whole reason that you're here, I made the background using layers of coffee and black watercolour paint. I'd do some drips and splodges, let it dry, and then add a bit more until I was happy with how it looked. And then when it was all completely dry, I kind of penciled out a rough idea of what I wanted, and then went in with a fine liner pen. It did end up being a little bit bunched up because I got bored in the planning stages and I just wanted to get started, so I don't know how functional it would actually be if you were to use it, but as far as a little Halloween design goes, it's alright. I'm okay with it. So I did have a couple of kind of unusual experiences while I was making the Ouija board, which kind of made me wonder if it was a bit of a bad omen or something like that, but I am definitely not a skeptic and I will jump straight to ghost given half the chance at the drop of a hat. So make of it what you will. There's definitely a chance that I'm just nuts though, So I was sat around in the art studio trying to decide what I wanted to make. I wanted to do a Halloween video. I wanted to make something spooky but something that was not Drawloween and Inktober because I knew I was going to do that anyway. So I was sat here and I was like, oh my god, I can do a Ouija board. And the second I thought about it, I thought I could hear voices in the bedroom which is next door. As it was, it turns out I'd left the bedroom window open and it was people talking in the street that I could hear, but I thought it was the laptop that had come on, so I went in to turn it off, and as I got into the middle of the room underneath where the light bulb hangs from the ceiling, as I stepped into the centre of the room, the light bulb, I kid you not, exploded into just 1,000 tiny pieces. It was in my hair, on the bed, all over the floor. Like literally, when I say exploded, I mean it was like pop, and it just glass everywhere. And I was just thinking about the Ouija board right then, and I was like, well that was weird, but maybe the electrics sort of shorted the bulb, and because I live in a really old house and I'm pretty sure that the electrics are just diabolical, to be honest. So went over to the light switch to turn it off because that's what I thought had happened, and it turned out the light switch was never on in the first place. So that was the first weird occurrence. And then the second thing that happened was when I first started making the alphabet part of the board. I took a break and decided to go downstairs for some dinner. I had my computer on playing stuff for me to listen to while I worked, so I paused it and left the computer on, knowing that it would automatically shut off and go to sleep after about 20 minutes because it always does, without fail. So I've left my phone on charge as well, which was just on the right hand side of the desk. So I've gone downstairs, had my dinner, ended up being downstairs for like 2 or 3 hours longer than I thought, but I thought the computer would have just put itself to sleep, so whatever. And then when I've come back up, my computer was on, and then the video that I'd been listening to that I paused before I went downstairs was playing like it had just been unpaused, like literally by a few seconds, and then my phone wasn't on charge anymore and it was on the floor on the other side of my desk, like it had just been chucked there, so naturally I just kind of ignored it, and nothing much has happened since, and I've made the rest of the board without anything happening, so probably just losing it a little bit maybe, but it is weird. Ooh, I did do a little bit of watercolour to the Ouija board at the end to give the design a bit more colour, but other than that I don't really think there's anything more I can tell you about what I did in the way of processes aside from what you can see. So thanks a lot for sticking around and watching the video. I hope you like it. I hope you have a lovely October, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!